You've been told relationships take hard work. That love fades. That timing is everything. But what if I told you that everything modern psychology teaches about relationships is just one side of the coin, and the other side is something far more powerful, hidden in plain sight? Neville Goddard revealed it decades ago. And it could be the key to attracting, healing, or deepening the relationship of your dreams. So stay with me, because what you're about to discover will forever shift the way you see love, marriage, and the power of your mind. Let's begin with a question. What if the secret to a loving, committed, soul-deep marriage was not found in therapy sessions, dating apps, or couples retreats, but in your own imagination? What if everything you've been taught about finding or keeping love was actually missing its most vital ingredient, the power of consciousness? In this video, we'll explore Neville Goddard's profound and often controversial approach to marriage, and how it compares to the teachings of modern psychology. Prepare yourself. Because this won't just challenge what you know. It could awaken something within you that changes everything. Neville Goddard, the mystic teacher of the 20th century, taught that consciousness is the only reality, and that your inner assumptions create your outer world. According to Neville, if you desire marriage or a deeply connected relationship, the most important step isn't dating techniques, compatibility quizzes, or even communication strategies, it's assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In other words, you must first be married in your imagination. You must walk, talk, sleep, and breathe as though your desired relationship is already yours. And not with desperation, not with neediness, but with the calm assurance of one who knows. Because for Neville, creation is finished. What you want already exists in a higher dimension. Your job is to align your inner state with that reality. Now, contrast this with modern psychology. Therapy often teaches that relationships thrive when two people communicate openly, set healthy boundaries, and meet each other's attachment needs. That's all very practical. Psychology focuses on patterns, how your childhood wounds, past relationships, and behaviors shape the dynamic between you and a partner. You'll hear about anxious attachment, love languages, emotional availability. All important concepts. But here's the key difference: psychology begins with what is, Neville begins with what you desire. Psychology works from the outside in. Neville works from the inside out. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who's single, longing for marriage. A psychologist might explore that person's limiting beliefs, past heartbreaks, or fears of intimacy. They might help them gradually open up, meet people, communicate better, maybe even journal about their ideal partner. Neville, on the other hand, would say, stop looking outside. Go within. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, imagine the warmth of your partner's body next to you. Imagine the ring on your finger. Feel the joy of introducing them as your spouse. Not hoping. Not wishing. Knowing. And if done persistently, if that assumption becomes natural, then life has no choice but to mirror it. Reality bends to the dominant state of your consciousness. So which one works? That's the real question, isn't it? The truth is, they both work. But they work at different levels. Psychology may clear the blocks, help you understand your patterns, and improve your relationship skills. But Neville goes deeper. He goes straight to the root. Because what creates those patterns in the first place? Your beliefs. Your assumptions. Your self-concept. And this is where Neville's teachings shine. He doesn't try to fix the outer world. He transforms the inner world, and lets the outer follow. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Neville didn't just talk about manifesting a marriage. He talked about changing your partner by changing your concept of them. He famously said, do not look at another and say, they are this way. Instead, see them as you wish them to be. And persist in that vision. In modern terms, this sounds outrageous. Psychology tells us, accept people for who they are. Don't try to change them. And of course, on the surface, that's wise advice. You can't control others. But Neville isn't talking about control, he's talking about creation. He believed everyone in your world is yourself pushed out. Your partner reflects your assumptions about them. Change those assumptions, and their behavior changes. Sound crazy? Maybe. But thousands of people have reported seeing exactly that happen. Spouses becoming more loving, exes returning, communication improving, all after doing nothing but changing their inner conversation. No texts. No talks. Just imagination. One woman imagined her estranged husband calling her every night to say, "I love you," and within weeks, he did. Another saw her partner as calm and faithful, despite years of chaos, and he changed without her saying a word. To Neville, this wasn't magic. It was law. The law of assumption. Now let's come back to psychology. In many schools of thought, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, you're taught that thoughts affect feelings, and feelings affect behavior. That's not so different from Neville, is it? In fact, some psychologists now agree, visualization, mental rehearsal, affirmations, they all have powerful effects on the brain and nervous system. Neuroscience has proven that when you vividly imagine something, your brain reacts as though it's real. That's why elite athletes visualize winning before they ever step onto the field. And Neville was teaching this decades before science caught up. Where Neville and psychology part ways is in the level of causality. Psychology says your thoughts influence your experience. Neville says your assumptions create your world. Subtle, but powerful. In psychology, change takes time. In Neville's world, it can be instant, because reality is a shadow of imagination. The moment you shift within, the outer world begins to rearrange. So what does this mean for marriage? For love? For soulmates? It means you are not at the mercy of fate, algorithms, or past trauma. You are not unlovable, broken, or too late. You are the operant power. You can assume love and become love. You can see your partner as perfect, and watch them rise to that image. You can imagine your wedding, and feel the ring, and hear the vows, and the world will conform. If you persist. If you believe. Neville even said, the moment you accept the wish as fact, it is done. Don't condition it with how or when. Simply know it is. And that's the biggest difference. Modern psychology wants to know how. Neville says, just be. Just feel it real. Let the how take care of itself. That's the ultimate surrender, and the ultimate power. So, whether you're single and seeking love, in a relationship and want deeper intimacy, or struggling in marriage and longing for harmony, remember this, you are not powerless. You are the author of your love story. Use the tools of psychology if they help, but never forget the deeper truth Neville taught, you already are what you seek. The question is not, how do I get married, but, am I being the one who is married now, in consciousness? That's the key. Not just to love, but to everything. And if you've stayed with me this far, here's your invitation, tonight, as you fall asleep, don't drift off with worry or longing. Instead, feel your partner beside you. Hear their voice. Smile as though you are already married. Do this for a week. Let go of the how. Just feel. Just know. And watch what happens. Reality has no choice but to obey. Love is not something you find. It's something you become. And when you become it, it becomes you. And that, dear listener, is not just the secret to marriage, it's the secret to life itself.